Welcome to the 30-day magnesium challenge, day 3. I don't want to soak in magnesium today. It's the end of the workday. I didn't get everything done. I'm just kind of, but I'm going to. Do you know why? I have to get out of the spot that I'm in. I'm in the process of creating better health versus maintaining health. And to create better health, I have to push through some of those frustrations and walls that come up and create the time and space to do something different, or I'm just doing the same thing every day and experiencing the same results. And I want something different. So join me if you want to create or maintain optimal health. It all starts with magnesium. My name is Kristen Bowen. I'm the founder of Living the Good Life Naturally, and I would love to invite you on this journey, whether it's to join me in the challenge, whether it's just to learn a little bit more about soaking in transdermal magnesium, or maybe it's to connect with other people and see what they're experiencing and what they're doing. No matter what your goal is, welcome. Today, I want to talk about testing your magnesium levels. Should you test? How should you test? What does that look like when you test? Does it change the expectations? And first off, I want to remind you that there are absolutely there's no absolutes on this. The most important thing is to do what works for you. Because when I first started soaking in magnesium over 25 years ago, I didn't know about testing. I was clueless about testing. I just knew the magnesium was helping me sleep better. It was calming down some anger and rage issues that I was experiencing at the time. And I felt more refreshed when I woke up in the morning. I had no knowledge of testing, and I received benefits with the magnesium without testing. Make the best decision for you as I go through some of these patterns that I've watched in women over the last 25 years. There are 2 pathways. One is to soak in magnesium, do the 30-day challenge, evaluate and determine at the end of the challenge how you're feeling and how often you need to continue soaking. So, for example, if you do the challenge and you find yourself toward the end of the challenge that sleep is getting better, I would maybe soak 3 times a week. Or maybe you're doing the 30-day challenge and you start soaking, and at the very beginning of the challenge, you experience sleep getting better. If that's your experience and you're not wanting to be tested, then I would maybe only soak twice a week. And the reason for that is you experience the benefits faster. And so when you're experiencing benefits faster, don't soak as often. Now, remember though, my filter is minimum input with maximum output. I am the queen of being the lazy girl when it comes to creating or maintaining optimal health. I don't want to spend my whole day focused on health, and I've done that. Believe me, I did that for years. And yes, I created better health, but I had no life. And I want balance. I want to put minimum input, maximum output so that I'm living life outside of creating and or maintaining optimal health. And if you've achieved that early in the magnesium challenge, that you find you're sleeping better and that your reactions are less, your shoulders are more relaxed, you're more refreshed in the morning. Some people experience that right in the beginning. Then go for it. Then when you get to the end of that challenge, you only need to soak 1 to 2 times a week, probably, from what I've seen, to maintain that same level of magnesium. If you didn't experience anything until the end of the 30-day magnesium soaking challenge, that means it's taking longer for your body to uptake that, and your burn rate is maybe a little bit higher. For example, my burn rate right now is through the roof. Now I'm doing things to bring it down, but how much I'm using my magnesium compared to how much I'm bringing it in, that's my burn rate. Sometimes it's low, sometimes it's just average, and sometimes it's through the roof. So right now, even though I'm soaking every day, I'm burning through my magnesium just because of where I'm at right now with life. And you determining what works for you is the most important thing. So I personally will see, but at the end of the 30-day challenge, if I'm not experiencing my shoulders loosening up and my back loosening up and my foot cramping going away, then I'll probably to continue to soak 3 to 4 times a week. Now, if that foot cramping doesn't go away, then I'll continue on 4 to 5 times a week. If it drops, I'll continue 1 to 2 times a week. And so you see how I'm making that decision of how to move forward after the 30-day challenge by my symptoms. Okay. And that doesn't require a test. And there's nothing wrong. It's not that I see this a lot that women think, and all of us can buy into this. I'm not pointing fingers because I do this too, that we can think by going the extra mile, that's the better way to do it. No way. Bag that. The best way for you to do it is what works for you. What works for you right now. And if that is just doing it by evaluating where your symptoms are and then determining how often you need to soak, score. You and I nailed it. You made the best decision for you. Boom. That is a win. That is like a win enough to do a little bit of celebrating about. Now, you might be like me and in a situation that you've got to pull stuff together quickly because you've got lots of symptoms. Like my hair from the stress and from lack of eating is just falling out. I've got to make decisions quickly and take action quickly to turn my body around and get back to optimal health. I know that I am going to test at the end of the 30-day challenge. I am going to do that. I am going to take the money and the energy and the time to make sure I know where I'm at, because that's going to help me determine how to move forward. So testing at the end of that 30-day challenge can give you more concrete decisions. So for example, if you test and you're only at a 5, I would continue soaking. And remember, I'm not a doctor, not diagnosing. How many times have I said this? Not a doctor, not diagnosing, not telling you what to do, just sharing patterns. That's all I'm doing. Sharing patterns I've learned along my journey. So if I got to the end of the 30-day challenge and my symptoms had really cleaned up, I'm still going to test because I want to know where my numbers are in this current new situation that I'm in. And if my number only comes back at a 5, I am going to continue soaking in magnesium like 3 to 5 days a week, because 5 is the bare minimum that I want my numbers coming in at after doing the 30-day challenge. If you have come in under a 5 after the 30-day challenge, you have a crack in your foundation. And the magnesium is magnifying. I say this all the time. Magnesium shines the light on what your body needs. And if you have a crack, if you're coming back at a less than a 5 after the 30-day challenge, there's a crack in your foundation. we've got something that's happening in your body that is not holding on to the magnesium. And getting that number, you know exactly where you're at. Now, maybe I'll come in at a 6.1. Oh, and if I do, and if those symptoms have gone away that I'm experiencing right now because I didn't keep my magnesium soaking up, then I will make that decision based on what my numbers and my symptoms are at. Both of those will help me make that decision as to whether or not I'm soaking 1 to 2 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, or 4 to 5 times a week. And our next live that we do tomorrow night, we'll go over what causes the crack in that foundation. So right now, I would love to know, where are you in your soaking? Are you joining on the 30-day magnesium challenge? Are you just listening? Have you started your challenge? Maybe you're almost to the end of your challenge. Is this your first challenge? Like, I am nosy. I am so nosy. I want to know where you're at, because knowing where you're at, knowing what's happening to you, helps me fine tune and really focus in on what I'm talking about during the 30-day challenge, because I can just keep it straight and do a 30-day challenge. I've been doing them for 25 years, sharing with them. I know some of the things that people will want to hear, but if we really want to customize this journey, we are going to open the give, receive cycle, because healthy women are open to receiving. So okay. If you're here just for the magnesium information, your video is done now. You can just turn it off. If you're like me and you love learning how to hold on to the magnesium, love learning patterns so that you can watch for those broken patterns to become healthier and make them strong patterns, let's talk right now about the give, receive cycle. That give, receive cycle, I've watched this over and over and over. You say you want to be healthy. You say you want better health. And here's the thing. I'm just laying this at your feet, okay? I'm not pointing fingers. I'm sharing with you, I've seen this in myself and I've seen it in others. I'm laying it at your feet for you to determine if this is what's going on with you, because I still want to hang out and have good feelings, okay? So if you can do that, let's talk about the give, receive cycle. You say you want better health, but your receiving end is off. For example, someone pays you a compliment. Oh, no, that's not me. Instead of looking them right in the eye and saying, thank you. That was so kind of you for saying that to me. I appreciate it. Or what's another way that can show up? If someone, like you're in a big group meeting and there's kind of some tasks or chores that the community kicks in, and you're always the one to help and you're always the last one there, like you are the one everybody depends on, you're giving, 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 giving. Do you ever receive? Try it. Take off after the meeting. It's not mandatory that you have to be there to make things happen. And you're receiving and you're open to trusting that somebody else will step up and do that. You don't always have to be the one that's there doing that. Or maybe someone gives you a gift, and then when they give you the gift, you like step back, like, oh, no, no, because your body is literally pushing away from that gift because you're not open to receiving it. Or what's another way? Oh, maybe you do something for someone and they want to pay you for your time. I get this. That happens a lot because I love helping people. Like, I love it. I feel good. Hopefully I've helped them. We've connected. I get as much out of it as they do. It's not just them. I get as much as they do. And I love that connection because healthy women are connected women. So let's say you do something for someone unexpected and it absolutely helped them. And they say, "Oh my goodness, I would like to pay you for your time, or I would like to pay you for the supplies that you used. This was so unexpected and gracious, and I'd like to reimburse you for that." And you're like, "Oh, no, 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 no. Don't, no. I just did it." Ask yourself, why are you pushing that away? Would that little help in finances make a difference? Would it be nice for you to acknowledge that you did that and accept them saying thank you? And maybe that thank you is coming through the energy of monetary value. Are you okay accepting that and saying, "Why, thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it very much." Where's your give receive at? A great way is a compliment. How you receive a compliment. If someone says to you, oh, for example, there's a new perfume that came out that is not all synthetic and it's an oil perfume. And I've seen a lot of people talking about it and raving about it. So I went and got just a little teeny vial of it because it's a little pricey. And I put it on, and everywhere I went today, I had a couple errands I had to run. I had people going, "Oh my gosh, your perfume. Do you mind me asking where that's from? That smells so good." My instinct was to pull out my little vial and to share it with everyone. But then my vial would have been gone and I wouldn't have known. I like to know before I buy something like a perfume how it works on my body. My daughter has a perfume that is amazing. I love it. But on me, the scent does not stay. It does not stay. You cannot smell it on my body after about a half an hour. It's not a good fit for me. So I really like to play with those perfumes for several days, 3 to 5 days. And that's what I bought this for. I don't have to give it away to everyone else that said thank you because I'm uncomfortable with them complimenting me. And I have to tell you, that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to be like, "Oh, here, have some." But I wouldn't have been able to meet the goal I made for myself. And so sometimes that over giving can actually be a way that we're pushing things away. And if you're doing that, how are you receiving more help? Right? How do you receive more help if you're shutting down everything that's coming to you? If you play a pattern anywhere, you play that pattern everywhere. And I used to think that was so woo-woo crazy, but after 25 years, it is just how it works. And if you're shutting down receiving things in one area of your life, I promise you it's showing up and creating health somewhere. It's showing up and you're shutting down receiving that help. Either something's stressing you out or you're tight and you're causing your inflammation to go up and slowing down the whole process. Interesting, isn't it? Oh, I think it's so interesting. So I'd love to know, where are you from? Have you soaked before? All those things. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know the challenges that you're having. And not that I'm diagnosing, but if I have anything to share with you that I've learned over the 25 years, this 30-day magnesium challenge is all about that. I would love to share that with you, not telling you this is how it is, but laying it at your feet so that you know, oh, I'm going to look at this. I'm going to pick this up and determine, does this fit for me? Is this a good fit? And maybe it is, and maybe it's not. It was delightful being with you today. I've loved it. I've loved it. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about what holds you back from uptaking the magnesium in case you haven't, excuse me so much. I'll take my little, this is my drink concoction for the day, and yes, it has ice. I'm trying to move away from ice for my digestion. I do well in the mornings, but by afternoon, I want my little electrolyte mix with ice. Okay, so, Sarah Rigby, I think I know who this is. Hi, Sarah. Have been doing a 30-day soak this month. Found out a friend has PCOS, so learning about that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the first part, we talked about people who I talked to the people who just wanted to learn about magnesium testing. And then we kind of got into the give receive cycle. And now we're going to kind of get into some PCOS and how magnesium helps PCOS, because I know a lot of people experience PCOS. One of the things that happens with PCOS is your body converts your building block hormones into testosterone too quickly. We need some testosterone. We need some of that. It's powerful. But if your body is converting it too quickly, then we start having problems. It increases inflammation in your body. Did you know studies show that magnesium and sunlight and walking, that trifecta, the magnesium morning trifecta, are the most powerful things to bring down your inflammation levels? You can go buy all the biohacking machines. I've got some that I love. You can buy all the different supplements. You can do all those things. But until you've set your foundation strong to reduce inflammation, you're never going to get optimal benefits to walk away from the symptoms of PCOS. And here's what happens. When you don't have enough magnesium in your system, your body reacts more quickly. You get more frustrated, more angry, more annoyed, more controlling, because magnesium softens your reactions, right? Well, if you don't have enough magnesium, your reactions get bigger, and they're in your body getting bigger, which pushes out more magnesium. And magnesium is the very thing that you need to bring down the inflammation. And is one of the things that's happening is your body with PCOS. Okay, so let me think how I can condense this and not make it too long, because I get too long-winded and I'm really focused on it. Okay, so you have building blocks for your hormones, right? And those building blocks get turned into hormones. Well, when you get frustrated, angry, annoyed, irritated, your body produces cortisol. But guess where it produces the cortisol from? The building blocks for your hormones. So let's say you have 5 building blocks, but you got really annoyed, really frustrated, really upset, very reactive. 2 of those building blocks got used to produce cortisol. So now your body only has 3 building blocks left. This is very oversimplified, but it helps me. I don't know if it'll help you, but helps me to understand it in my head. So now you only have 3 building blocks for your body to create your hormone balance. And now one thing is that it doesn't have to be, because I talked about frustration and acting out. Some people take it inward and beat themselves up. Oh, I didn't do this right, or oh, I should have said this, or they take that and they beat themselves up, or they take that emotion and they shove it down. Whatever pathway, doesn't matter which pathway that you're taking that works for you, it's still taking 2 building blocks out to balance your hormones. And so you've got even less building material for PCOS, even less. And so soaking in magnesium helps cut that. because when you have magnesium and potassium, PCOS, not always, they tend to have their magnesium has been low for so long that they've also dropped potassium. And remember, magnesium is the spark that starts the loop for your cellular health, and potassium is the one that closes it. A strong start and a strong finish. That's those are beautiful things. Strong start, strong finish. So many PCOS people need potassium and magnesium, because just soaking in magnesium, they're not going to get the benefit because they're so low in potassium also. And here's the thing. You can hear that jangle of my bracelet. Here's the thing. I'm not saying you. It does not mean that I'm saying soak in magnesium and it cures your PCOS. That's a lie. That is an absolute lie. I am saying soak in magnesium to start the process of healing for PCOS. And we'll start the process and then we'll close the loop. We'll start strong and we'll finish strong. It doesn't heal everything. Soaking in magnesium does not heal everything, but it does start the healing for everything. It's the foundational mineral that our health starts on. And PCOS people are almost always low in vitamin D. And when we're low in vitamin D, guess what had to happen before we got low in vitamin D? We're low in magnesium. And so going to the beginning, going to the foundation and building that foundation strongly, that's what jump-started my healing after a failed surgery. So anyway, I hope that helps for someone out there with PCOS. Thank you, Sarah, so much for the comment. It helps me know like what's on people's minds. And now I'm going to be thinking about her and thinking, oh, what else can I share that would maybe help her a little bit on her journey? So thanks for being here. And I will see you tomorrow. It's the Magnesium 30-Day Challenge. And we will be talking about, and I've learned some things from my journey the last 6 months when my magnesium just went lower than it's ever been. Like lower than it's ever been. My magnesium tanked. And I've learned some things that I want to share with you tomorrow. If your magnesium is low and not moving like it should, some things that we can do to go in and help the foundation feel more supported. That's our topic for tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Have a great day.